For more on this, we're now joined by security analyst Azaniah Mnisi on the plans of the different provinces to crack down on crime this festive season. And Azaniah joins us via our video link. Azaniah, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Always a pleasure to talk to you here on the late edition. Of course, we just saw there more officers in the police force. Clearly, one would say that this is really good news in the fight against crime in South Africa.
Good evening, Bali, and good evening to the viewers. Indeed, it's true. This is good news to see that the SAPS or the criminal justice cluster, they've got a plan in dealing with crime in this country.
And one would ask, when it comes to this new batch of police officers we are now seeing, it actually comes at a great time because we have been seeing a number of reports when it comes to crime being reported, especially because of the festive season.
For sure. What has been lacking, I've heard the Minister of Police decrying the issue of, or lamenting the issue of shortage of numbers. He says the numbers that we are having in South Africa in terms of the police has actually increased, but decreased. In fact, if you look at what happened in 2010, and also the ratio per police officer to the citizenry in the country has also increased, but the police officers, they were not added. So he is saying that if they can be able to add up these 10,000 which they are going to add this week, and then they add another 10,000, then they'll be able to go back to the numbers that they were having in 2010. And we have seen how they mobilized police officers around 2010 during the World Cup. And it is what we need, looking at the crimes that are happening in our country.
And Azaniah, I was coming straight to that issue when it comes to the numbers we need in this country. Of course, 10,000 new recruits is good news for South Africa. But would you say, from your research, is this enough? Are we still needing more boots on the ground? I mean, you know, we do a lot of stories, especially in villages, where people are also always complaining about how far a police station is, or when they contact the police, sometimes they never even come and check up on those various communities. So would you say 10,000 Rand, yes, we are getting somewhere, but do we still need more than the 10,000 we have recruited?
It is a coordinated activity which it needs intergovernmental relations to be at its highest level. You will understand that what is happening in the SAPS, it needs also the intervention and the assistance of other departments, the departments that are dealing with ensuring that there are vehicles in these police stations, there are generators in these police stations, there is diesel to run those generators in the police stations. So it's not only the issue of numbers that will make us to be able to fight crime and fight it effectively. It is a coordinated activity that is needed from intergovernmental departments, and equally also it needs us as citizenry to come in and assist in fight against crime. Because Mbali, when you are in your house, the police are not there. When you fail to manage your emotions and yourself and take your gun, shoot your loved ones, the police are not there. They are going to react on the crime, yes, but they are not there to prevent that kind of a crime. So contact crime, it is our responsibility ourselves as citizens also to assist the SAPS. It is our responsibility that when you are driving, because when we look at the research itself, especially on the issue of contact crimes, some people they commit these crimes for revenge because they are provoked and so on. If you are driving on the road and someone drives you wrong, you decide to take out your gun and shoot at the person. Where is police? You cannot find police in that kind of a situation. It is impossible. So it is also on our side as citizens to make sure that we fight crime by making sure that we manage our emotions, to make sure that we report this crime and report these criminals, because these criminals criminals are found in society, and we're harboring them, we're protecting them, and we're hiding them from the hand of the law. So I would say for us to succeed, we need a coordinated response from everyone.
And Azaniah, when it comes to these new police officers who have now been recruited, do we know how they will be deployed to which provinces? Which provinces are currently in need of, more police officers, more boots on the ground to try and deal with the crime in some of these areas?
Obviously, when they were recruited, there was a plan on hand to make sure that they are redeployed or deployed in those provinces that there is a need. But most provinces, the most rural provinces, your province of KZN, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, these are provinces that I think they should benefit even more in the fight against crime. And also in this kind of the deployment.
And when it comes to these police officers being trained and been given the necessary skills, do we know that what kind of skills they will be bringing to the fore when it comes to investigating various crimes? I mean, another big thing we deal with as a country is gender-based violence, and this is something that we continuously see being reported in the media. What kind of skills will this new crop of police officers, be given to come and deal with the various challenges and the new crimes we have in this country?
But the training or the skills that these trainees, police officers are getting is a response mechanism to the crime that we are facing in the country. So as you said, it is very clear that South Africa has declared war against women and children. So, and these are the least reported kind of cases in our societies. So it is in that context that I know for a fact that these trainees are trained on those kind of aspects to know how to manage this kind of crimes, to know how to handle and make proper reportings. Because as you have seen, and as you know, the state loses cases on the reports that the investigating officers they write, and on the conduct of the police officers on the crime scenes. So they are trained also to preserve the crime scene, not to interfere with it, because when it goes to court, the integrity of the crime scene gets tested, and if found wanting, the case it gets thrown out or the suspect walks free. So these are the things that the SAPS has identified, and they are fighting tooth and nail through their training interventions to the recruits to ensure that they are equipped enough to be able to have those necessary skills, that they are not found wanting in courts when cases go there and be tested.
Mr. Mnisi, thank you so much for your time here on the Late Edition. That is Azaniah Mnisi. He is a security analyst, just giving us a bit of insight there when it comes to those new recruits being conducted in the police force. Of course, the Northern Cape benefiting with at least 1,400 of those newly recruited police officers.